Ever been in a job interview and been thrown the curveball question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And you're like, I don't even know what I'm eating for dinner tonight, Susan. It's a complete head-scratcher, isn't it? It's as if they've suddenly turned you into a psychic who's meant forecast their own future. This question is no different than asking you for the next week's lottery numbers. The infamous 5-year question. It's as ubiquitous in the interview circuit as carbon copies of resumes and the uncomfortable waiting room silence. It's the unsolicited guest, the unexpected rain on your parade, the metaphorical wrench in your well-oiled interview preparations. Imagine strolling into an interview, confident, rehearsed, and bam! There's the question, smirking at you as if it was the final boss in a video game, grinning from ear to ear, and taunting you with its presence. It's an enigma, really. Why this question makes our palms sweat and our hearts race? Well, isn't it like asking you to lay bare your future, your dreams, your aspirations, in front of a complete stranger? It's as if they're saying, hey, can you just neatly package your entire existence and future trajectory for me? I'll be sipping my coffee here, thanks. The pressure, the magnitude, the sheer audacity of this question is nothing short of staggering. And the answers? Oh, answers. Some of us in an earnest attempt to sound driven and ambitious may respond, I see myself in your position. However, that's not showcasing ambition. It's more akin to issuing a veiled threat. Others, in a bid to appear dedicated and committed, might state, I see myself practically living at the office, putting in endless hours. But that's not showing dedication. That's more like declaring a potential violation of human rights and personal life. And then there are those who may stammer, stutter, and finally mumble something about climbing the corporate ladder or aiming for a higher position. But the question remains, how do you respond to this question without sounding like a career-obsessed robot or a fierce go-getter with an eye on the interviewer's job? The 5-year question is the ultimate tightrope walk, a careful balancing act between sounding ambitious but not overly aggressive, dedicated but not work-obsessed. It's a question that a delicate blend of foresight, diplomacy, and self-awareness. So, how do you tackle this question without sounding like you're planning a hostile takeover or you're about to set up a tent in the office parking lot? First, let's demystify this question. They're not asking for your 5-year plan to win America's Got Talent, folks. To clarify this, you need not share your aspirations to conquer the reality show stage or your eccentric dream to raise a herd of llamas in the Andes. The intention behind the inquiry is not to pry into your personal life or to make a mockery of your aspirations. So what is the reason behind this curiosity? It's rather straightforward. The interviewers are trying to understand if your future plans align with the trajectory of the organization. They are not interested in your personal hobbies or outlandish dreams, but rather in your professional aspirations, and how these fit in with the company's objectives and long-term goals. Consider this a kind of compatibility quiz. It's a way for interviewers to see if you and the company are moving towards the same horizon, if your professional paths are parallel, or better yet, intertwined. The question at hand isn't as much about the exact nature of your ambitions, as it is about the correlation between what you want and what the company needs in the long run. Consider this. If you have grand plans to become the world's greatest pastry chef, but you're sitting for an interview with a tech company specializing in data analysis, there could be a discrepancy in your aims and what is expected of you. This difference might not equate to immediate discord, but it could lead to potential friction down the line. Hence, when they ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? They are not looking for fantastical answers. They are not interested in whether you aspire to learn telekinesis or plan to write a bestseller. It's about understanding whether you and the company can grow together, can build a bond that's as harmonious as coffee with a good book, or a Sunday afternoon with a favorite movie. So no, they don't want to know if you plan to master the art of levitation. They want to know if you and the company can have a fruitful, long-term relationship, like peanut butter and jelly or macaroni and cheese. Okay, so you can't say, I see myself as the CEO of this joint, baby, but what can you say? Well, let's dive into what you should avoid saying first. Consider this scenario. You find yourself seated across from the interviewer, the momentous question emerges, and you nonchalantly reply, in 5 years, I see myself luxuriating on an opulent yacht in the Mediterranean, enjoying a refreshing cocktail with a cute little umbrella in it. Oh, and by the way, you'll be bankrolling my lavish lifestyle with your company's generous retirement package. Now, can you imagine the stunned silence, the bewildered face of the interviewer? That's not the kind of response they're hoping for, right? So, let's explore the right approach, the key ingredients, realism, enthusiasm, alignment. Let's delve into each. Realism. The hard truth is you're not going to miraculously become the CEO overnight. Unless, of course, you're vying for a position in a garage startup, your 5-year projection needs to mirror a realistic progression within the organization. Enthusiasm. It's crucial to demonstrate your excitement about the job, the organization, and the industry at large. It's not enough to appear like you're just there for the paycheck, even if there's a grain of truth in it. Sure, we all have financial obligations, but shouldn't you also be there because you're genuinely enthusiastic about your work? Alignment. This is the crucial junction where your personal aspirations intersect with the organization's mission. If the company's ethos is centered around innovation, and you're a firm believer in maintaining the status quo, there's going to be a mismatch. Your 5-year projection must resonate with the organization's vision and exhibit that you're in sync with their goals. Now let's synthesize all this. Instead of saying, "I see myself as the CEO," a better response would be, "I envision myself progressing within this organization, embracing new challenges, and leading innovative projects. I'm excited about the potential to learn and contribute to your team." Voila, you've successfully crafted a winning response. The goal isn't just to recite a rehearsed script, but to demonstrate your seriousness, commitment, and that you're the right fit for the role. So remember, it's about showing that you're ambitious, but not a ruthless corporate ladder-climbing Godzilla. You aspire to grow, but you're not scheming to trample everyone on your pathway to success. This balance is key. Okay, so now you know what to say and what not to say. You want to grow, but you're not planning to trample everyone on your way up. Now that you've got the basics, it's time to practice. Practice is vital. It enables you to familiarize yourself with your answers, ensuring you're not lost for words when the question comes. So, how do you practice effectively? Avoid memorizing your responses verbatim. Interviews or conversations, they require spontaneity. Make sure you appear engaged and natural, not as if you're reciting from a script. Instead, concentrate on your answer's key points. This strategy will keep your response flexible and adaptable to the interview conversation's dynamic. One useful practice method is performing in front of a mirror. It may initially seem strange, but it's a powerful tool for mastering your presentation. It helps you keep track of any subconscious tics or habits, allowing you to refine your overall delivery. You can check if you're maintaining suitable eye contact, if your facial expressions align with your speech, and if your words are clear and confident. Another effective way to train is to record your voice. Listening to your recorded voice might feel odd, but it gives you a chance to assess your delivery. You can critique your speaking speed, tone, and overall presentation. Furthermore, you can replay the recording multiple times until you're satisfied with your answer. Lastly, consider setting up a mock interview. Involve a colleague, relative, or a career coach if possible. Their feedback could be priceless in refining your response. They can highlight areas for improvement, allowing you to make necessary adjustments. In conclusion, while the question, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" might be daunting, with the right amount of preparation and practice, you can approach it with confidence. So, there you have it, folks. You're now ready to answer the "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" question without breaking into a cold sweat or seeing your life flash before your eyes. Good luck out there. Alright, let's wrap this up before we start seeing ourselves in 5 years still chatting about this tricky question. We've undertaken a deep and comprehensive journey into the very heart of question. We've peered into its mysterious depths, grappled with its purpose, and have finally emerged victorious, crafting an answer that hits the bullseye. What an adventure it has been. But let's be clear, this was never about divining the future with surgical precision, not at all. Rather, our aim has been to help you elucidate your ambition, your anticipated career trajectory, your unwavering dedication to the organization you aspire to be a part of. We have delved into the importance of practicing, the value of preparation. Remember, it's not about mindlessly rehearsing a script until it loses its meaning. It's about being adequately prepared to articulate your career vision. And not just articulate, but do so in a thoughtful, compelling, and engaging manner. And the final piece of the puzzle, the climax to our story, the cherry on top of the interview prep Sunday, customizing your answer as per the specific company and the role in question. Never underestimate the power of personalization. Show them that you've put in the time and effort to understand them, to study their goals and their values. Your shared vision can be a powerful testament to your commitment. This is your opportunity to tell them, "Hey, look at us, we're on the same wavelength. And here's how I can contribute to our shared future." And remember, if all else fails, the Bahamas awaits. Just tell them you see yourself on a beach in the Bahamas. Just kidding, or am I?